Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my virtual open house. My name is Paul Huppy, and I have the distinct pleasure of teaching your son and or daughter my biomed course at Mountain View High School. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, we will physically be all together in my classroom in D204. This is my welcome student slide I share with everyone on our first day together, and it represents some of the content we will be delivering to the students over the next 8 months or so. Typically, we start our students' journey into biology discussing atomic structure. And over here on the top left-hand corner of the slide, you can see an atomic model of a central nucleus with protons and neutrons and orbiting electrons. We eventually expand and apply our understanding to human and animal models. And you can see here an animated GIF of a beating heart and the corresponding EKG that represents the electrical conductivity that the heart is experiencing. Along the way, we do a deep dive into DNA and protein synthesis, represented here by this rotating DNA double helix. We use a lot of biotechnology in the lab, for example, to determine paternity test results in a baby whale called Luna in a lab we like to call Hootadaddy. It's actually a lot of fun. Using DNA technology, we will also increase our understanding of the cause and possible treatments of a whole host of genetic disorders. Also on the horizon, we will perform both simulated and live dissections in March and April. Down here, bottom right-hand corner, you see some of my former students doing a frog dissection. This slide of virtual post-it notes represents some interesting aspects of taking biomed at Mountain View High School. Some of the benefits, obviously, it's a college prep course. Toward the end of the school year, we spent about a month talking about evolution, dinosaurs, which students love to talk about. As I mentioned, live dissections. We also prep the kids for careers in healthcare and forensics. And last year, our University of Arizona opened up our state's first vet school, and it is a great prep for students considering going into that profession. So who am I? Well, I've been teaching in Arizona for about 17 years. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in molecular and cellular biology from the University of Arizona, with 3 minors in chemistry, math, and physics. My master's degree in science education is also from the U. I'm a Tucson native, born at St. Mary's Hospital. I've been married for 9 years, and we have 3 adopted children. No, they are not human children. They are canines, a Pomeranian, a pug, and a pug Shih Tzu mix. I enjoy avidly cycling, fishing, hiking, anything outdoorsy. I love parachuting, and I love to loiter around art museums. Favorite foods, machaca burritos and red vines. Love a good cup of coffee. This slide represents some pics that are my passion. Love hiking outdoors with my wife. That's my lovely wife and me in the Grand Canyon. Below that, there's a pic of some former students of mine who are now freshmen at the University of Arizona. Below that is a picture of my brother and I in Northern California getting ready for a 200-mile bike ride up the California coast. Also, my old classroom here, I've got a pig dissection model and a model of a DNA double helix. And then again, my lovely wife and I, a few months ago, headed up the road from Marana to Rooster Cogburn's ostrich farm, dived into the exhibit of lorikeet birds. It was fantastic. This is my course syllabus. And it's essentially a roadmap on where and how we will explore freshman biology. As you can see, we take it from a cellular level. This animated GIF of a mitochondria powers the cell. Over here we have the nuclei of the cell, which holds DNA and typically will be the control center of all activities in the cell. Also, we do dives into Punnett squares when we get into heredity and genetic disorders. It's a great way to predict genetic outcomes. And when we get into cancer and cancer biology, we start talking about the cell cycle, some of the things that can go wrong that could cause cancer disease. Contact information, I will leave this to you to review and use if you need. One of the best ways of getting a hold of me is right here with my g.marana.org email account, and I'm usually pretty good, about 12 hours in turnaround time getting a response to you. This is my page relating assessments and assignments and activities for your kids in my class throughout the school year. I'll leave this to you to review. Hopefully it's self-explanatory. If not, please email me if you have any questions about my assessments. Getting connected. Well, the school district has invested a lot of resources into using Google Classroom as our digital education delivery tool, essentially our classroom management system. Students should be checking their class-specific Google Classroom page every day for attendance sheets, assignments, instructions, and comments. And here's an example of one of my pages from Google Classroom. Matter of fact, this is from today. And you can see it's loaded with a few items. My attendance sheet, which is required every day, whether we're Zooming or not. If we are Zooming, there's usually a Zoom link posted. Here's an assignment for a scientific method quiz and a tutorial from YouTube instructing students on how to upload a video to Google Classroom. Here's our bell schedule I'll leave on my slide presentation for your reference. Here's my netiquette or behavior expectations for my students during Zoom. Please read it, and I do enforce it in the classroom. Attendance is very important and is taken every day. So please have your students first thing in the morning, wake up, go to my classroom page, and fill out the Google Docs survey for attendance and submit it. Students also are required, parents, to have their camera on so we know that it's in fact them online during the Zoom chat. Lessons. There is a myriad of different types of lessons we use in Biomed. Labs, we use Jamboard, Padlet, Screencastify. We use Bozeman Science and Khan Academy. This is a lab-rich science course, and if we aren't in the classroom, we're usually doing simulated labs online. Assignments, pretty cut and dried, I hope. We will do simulated labs, interactive labs. We'll do projects, which are both group and individual. For example, students will be taking a genetic disease and pairing up with another student in class. They will create a PowerPoint presentation and present it to the students in front of the audience. It's actually an awesome project. Grading policy is pretty simple in the COVID-19 era. There will be two large categories, 60% formative, which is assignments, quizzes, projects, and labs. 40% of their grade will be based on summative assessments, such as chapter tests, final exams. Feedback will be provided. from yours truly. And here's my grading scale down here. Any questions, please email me. Some students are having problems still signing into their Chromebook. This is a quick and easy way, just 2 steps on how to do that for your son or daughter. Log in, password. Hope you've enjoyed this, and we look forward to having your kids on Zoom and in the classroom. You guys take care. Bye-bye.